Part 2 of the Mother Wound series. The teenage shift, when conditional love starts rewriting you. Some children don't grow up asking, "Who am I?" They grow up asking, "Who do I need to be to stay connected?" And the difference between those two questions changes everything. Because one builds identity, the other builds adaptation. And if you were raised in an environment where love felt inconsistent, where connection depended on how you showed up, you didn't just grow, you adjusted. Section 1. Conditional love. In emotionally inconsistent environments, love becomes conditional, not always in obvious ways. No one sits you down and says, "You are only loved when you behave this way," but you feel it. You notice patterns. When you're calm, things are easier. When you're agreeable, there's less tension. When you don't challenge, connection stays intact. So your system learns, this works, this doesn't, and you begin organizing yourself around that. Not consciously, automatically. Section 2. Entering teen years. As you move into your teenage years, this pattern doesn't fade, it sharpens. Because now, your awareness increases. You're more perceptive, more socially aware, more tuned into reactions. You don't just feel the environment, you start predicting it. You ask, what mood are they in today? What version of me fits here? What will keep things smooth? And this becomes your baseline. Not expressing, just monitoring. Section 3. The internal shift. This is where something deeper happens. You stop asking, "What do I feel?" and start asking, "What works here?" That shift is subtle, but it's powerful. Because over time, that question becomes automatic. It becomes identity. You don't just adapt your behavior. You adapt your sense of self. Section 4. Identity formation. You then become either of the two. 1. Easy to be around. Low maintenance. Emotionally controlled. Responsible. You might even be praised for it. You're so mature. You're so easy. You don't cause problems. And that reinforces the pattern. Or the latter. Not easy to be around, classed as high maintenance, unemotional or too emotional, or classed as irresponsible. These attributes assigned to you. This is who I am. But underneath that, there's something else. Section 5. The internal experience felt. There is often confusion, suppression, disconnection. That's not loud, not always chaotic, but internally quiet. You may not even realize it at first, because everything looks fine. But internally, you hesitate. Before expressing, before reacting, before being fully yourself, because your system is still asking, "Is this safe here?" Section 6. The affects in relationships in teen/young adult years. These patterns internalized shows up strongly in early relationships, friendships, dating, social dynamics. You might adapt quickly to others, overthink interactions, feel responsible for how others feel, or struggle to fully relax in connection. Because you're still monitoring, adjusting, managing, even when you don't need to. Section 7. The core truth. This is the part many don't fully connect with or feel is too ugly to hear. You didn't become this way randomly. You became this way intelligently. Because it worked. It maintained connection. It created stability. It helped you navigate an environment that required awareness. But now, that same pattern may be shaping you in ways you haven't fully seen yet. Not because something is wrong with you, but because something was learned very early. The next step is understanding how these patterns don't just stay internal. They follow you into adult relationships, into life decisions, into how you move through the world, because what you adapted then becomes how you operate later. Stay tuned for part 3.